If you've spent any time with AI, you know the results can be, well, a little boring. So today, we're going to move way beyond those basic commands to unlock some truly human-like and honestly specialized outputs from our AI tools. So, does this sound familiar? You ask your AI to write something, and what you get back is this generic, kind of soulless block of text. You end up spending more time trying to edit it to sound like a real person than it would have taken you to just write it yourself. It's super common, and it's not you. It's actually baked into how these tools are designed. I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, without any real direction, AI just falls back on cliches, words like delve into and tapestry. But when you give it a proper persona, a real identity, bam, the output becomes vibrant, it's specific, and it actually sounds like a human being wrote it. That's the huge leap we're going to make today. So what's actually going on here? Why does this happen? Well, that generic, bland output you're getting, it isn't a bug, it's not user error, it's actually a core feature of the technology itself. And the root of it all is something called a large language model, or LLM. The easiest way to think about it is this. It's an AI that's been trained on, well, basically the entire internet. So without specific instructions from you, it has to play it safe. It defaults to the most average, unopinionated, mathematical center of all that data. It's designed to be a generalist, which is exactly why it sounds so, well, average. This really shows how fast things are changing. Just back in 2022, a simple act as a prompt was pretty much all you needed. But AI is getting way more sophisticated, and our prompts have to keep up. We are quickly moving into a world of complex brand controls and enormous persona databases where, let's be honest, the old way just doesn't cut it anymore. So how do we fix this? How do we break the cycle of boring AI? Well, there's a simple but really powerful technique that all the pros are using. It's a kind of universal framework for building your prompts that literally forces the AI out of that generic default mode. And here it is, it's a simple 4-part structure. First, you give it a persona. Tell it who it is. Second, you give it context. Tell it why you're asking. Third, you define the task. Tell it what to do. And finally, you specify the format. Tell it how you want the output to look. When you combine these 4 things, you're giving the AI the specific guardrails it needs to stop being average and start being exceptional. Okay, so let's scale this up. This framework isn't just for one-off prompts you write for yourself. This is about creating a consistent, reliable voice for an entire company. For any business, this is absolutely crucial. Think about it. If you have a bunch of different employees all using AI, you're going to get a totally chaotic and inconsistent brand voice. But a well-crafted persona prompt acts like a lightweight brand guide for the AI. It encodes your specific tone, your company's vocabulary, and the do's and don'ts, making sure every single output is perfectly on brand. All right, this all sounds great in theory. But does it actually work in the real world? Oh yeah. Let's look at a fantastic case study from the UK energy company Octopus Energy. Just look at this number. It is wild. By giving their customer service chatbot a very specific, empathetic persona, Octopus Energy now handles 44% of all customer inquiries completely with AI. That's the equivalent workload of hundreds of human agents. But here's where it gets really crazy. Check out the customer satisfaction scores. The AI, with its custom persona, didn't just match the human agents, it actually outperformed them. It got slightly higher satisfaction ratings. By programming in empathy and a specific professional tone, the AI was able to handle tough customer issues with incredible success. Okay, theory is great, but let's get our hands dirty. I'm going to show you a few enterprise-grade prompts that you can literally pause the screen, copy, and start using right away. Think of this as your new AI toolkit. First up, the SaaS copywriter. Now, this prompt isn't just about tone. It has specific rules, what we call behavioral constraints, baked right in. For example, it forbids the AI from using weak, cliché marketing phrases. It's engineered to be persuasive, direct, and effective. Next, let's switch gears to something more technical to show you how versatile this is. This is the fintech risk analyst persona. It forces the AI to adopt the specific nuance and, maybe more importantly, the healthy skepticism of an expert in the financial world. It's trained to look for inconsistencies and flag potential risks in data. And finally, let's bring it full circle with a prompt inspired by that case study, the empathetic support agent. This one is all about maintaining a calm, professional, and solution-focused tone, even when it's dealing with really frustrated customers. It's like a masterclass in emotional regulation for an AI. Now hold on, because there's a really important caveat here, a reality check. This was highlighted in a recent analysis by the IEEE. Personas are brilliant for improving style and empathy, but, and this is a big but, they do not automatically improve factual accuracy. In fact, sometimes forcing an AI to lean too heavily into a role play can actually hurt its logical reasoning. So the takeaway is, use personas for how you want the AI to communicate, not as a shortcut for complex factual analysis. So where is all this headed? I mean, writing these prompts by hand is powerful, but for huge companies, the future is way, way more ambitious. So get ready to hear this term a lot, Persona Hub. Forbes has reported on this, and it's basically massive data sets. We're talking millions of pre-built digital personas that companies can use to generate synthetic data on a massive scale. And the power this unlocks is just transformative. Instead of guessing how users might react to a new product, a company can now simulate how millions of different digital humans will react. You can test for those weird edge cases, you can synthesize huge amounts of behavioral data, all before you ever launch a single thing. It's a total game changer for market research. And that really brings us to the big picture. We are rapidly approaching a world where AI can perfectly mirror any persona we can dream up. The technology is no longer the limitation, our imagination is. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. As we create these digital counterparts, how will we choose to shape them? What voices, what values, and what personalities will we decide to give them?